Alright, welcome everybody to episode 88 of the D-Pad D-Bags podcast. You can follow the show on Twitter at DPadDbags, as well as send us an email at dpaddbags@gmail.com, as well as you can send us a text message or a voicemail at 704-GAMES-04. So, this week on the show, we have Johnny the Assman Kojal.
Hey, back at you.
We have Scott the Yacht Captain Colby.
Ahoy.
And Kyle Maximum Occupancy McAnus.
I'm in the house, which means there's no more room for you.
And I'm Mike Egan, and let's get this show on the road. So, Scott. That was the lamest intro ever. Scott, rumor has it
I was going for a clever pun, sorry.
Rumor has it you've been playing some Dark Souls.
I have indeed been playing some Dark Souls. I got it via the GameFly.
So is this the first one or the second one?
This is the second one.
Okay.
This is the second one. I never got a chance to play the first one. I'm not equipped with a PlayStation 3, so sometimes I'm a little bit behind on these things. But yeah, it was 4th or 5th in my game queue on the GameFly, and somehow it showed up at my doorstep.
What was number one?
So Arkham City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Supposedly it was available now, but not available to make it into my mail. So whatever.
So what possessed you to even put this on your list, having not played the first one? What got you curious?
I heard a lot of things about it that I liked. It sounded like a really old school kind of find your own way, figure things out on your own.
It's supposed to be
tough but fair.
It's supposed to be like the hardest game in a long time, but good hard.
Yeah, and I can see it, and it is good hard because it has killed me many a time.
And you haven't shipped it back yet.
Exactly, and never in a way that I thought was just flat out cheap. Like, you can see what you should do, but you aren't necessarily strong enough to do it at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And after the initial area that's kind of just, a tutorial, when it drops you into the first world, it gives you a couple of options and directions you can go. It tells you have to go ring these 2 bells. One of them you have to go down into a series of caves to get to, and another one you have to go up into this kind of like dead necropolis of a city to get to. But then there are other directions you can wander off into as well. So I wandered off in those general directions first, just to see what was what, thinking maybe, if I do these other 2 things first, I'll never get a chance to do what's over here. And I promptly, I found some treasure, I found some things, I killed some enemies, and then I promptly got my ass handed to me and realized, you know what, there's no way I shouldn't be going that direction yet. So I headed off.
Son,
you do. And it's interesting. It's as far as the grinding goes, every time you kill an enemy, you get a certain number of souls. Sometimes you find souls in treasure chests, sometimes they're, lying around on dead bodies, whatever. But souls are both currency and experience. So when you get to
the troll toll to get boy's soul.
To get into the hole, yep. I haven't found the boy's hole yet. I'm sure it's somewhere in that level. Maybe down in the caves.
Have you gotten to the point where people come into your game and kill you yet?
I haven't, and whereas I'm not connected to Xbox Live, I don't think that's going to happen.
That isn't going to happen. See, that's the annoying thing about
because that's all I've heard. That is the major draw of this game. Is it's a lot of online connectivity, so to speak, and like you could go into a game and someone can come in and just totally ruin everything.
It tells you that, like, it tells you when someone comes into your game, but you have no idea where they are. So like you have to hunt them down, and they have to hunt you down. And the cool thing about PlayStation is you're not always necessarily connected, but it's free. You don't have to pay for fucking Xbox Gold. Whereas Xbox you do, so what's the point of, you're going to lose that whole element of the game if you're not paying for it. Unless they have it set up so that silver players, work with it. Because silver is free.
I'll have to plug it in and see what happens. I mean, we've been over this before. I fucking hate playing with other people. I'm the most antisocial gamer on the planet. So I am content to just, get my ass handed to me by the Black Knight, 8 times a day until I kill him.
Yep.
And not even have to deal with random people popping up and stabbing me in the face.
But you can go into other people's game and stab them in the face.
Yeah, you could
I don't think
stab
that'd go very well.
cats in the face too.
You can stab cats in the face too.
If I knew somebody else that was playing the game that I wanted to stab in the face.
Oh, it's completely random too. You can't say like I want to go into Kyle's game. You say I want to go into another game, and you end up in that game and you have no idea who the person is. I'm not sure you even know their like username or anything.
So it's similar
Oh,
to
to hell with that.
Yeah, so it's similar to like the Journey thing then.
I haven't played the Journey thing, so I don't know, and I don't
That's-
want any Journey spoilers because I do.
It's not a spoiler, but that's the we talked about it on the part of the podcast that got deleted, I think. But in Journey, you jump in
You're just
and
a
out
small
of
town girl living in a lonely world.
yeah,
Taking the midnight train, going anywhere.
going yeah, I think it's anywhere. I don't remember if it was anywhere or Detroit, but
I think it's anywhere, John. Why would you want to go to Detroit?
What
I
if
don't
you're
know.
RoboCop trying to get home?
No,
but
the Sid boy was born and raised in South Detroit. The train was not going to Detroit.
yeah, I always get that confused.
Well, you're definitely not Steve Perry, so don't worry about it.
Alright, so, back to Dark Souls. Well, actually, John, you can go back to what you were saying about Journey.
That's basically it. Just that you can you have the ability to jump in and out of other people's games, and they can jump in and out of yours, and you don't really know. It almost looks like a bot. It looks like a AI element or something.
Yep.
There's no indication of who they are until you finish the game.
Oh, okay.
That you even like played with them.
Oh, so that's essentially the spoiler. John.
No, not really.
Where the whole
That's
spoiler is that, you know, you didn't know you were playing with someone, but you were.
No, I think
Okay.
no.
Is this game by M. Night Shyamalan?
Yes. It was water the whole time. It was water.
Water. Alright, back to Dark Souls.
Back to Dark
So
Souls.
how far
I
would you say you're into the game?
I am maybe 4 or 5 hours, maybe.
Do you have any idea how
Maybe.
long the game is, like, in terms of hours?
I don't. I feel like the initial learning curve was very steep.
Mm-hmm.
I died a lot in the very first tutorial level. I also feel like I'm missing a lot of things not having an instruction manual.
Okay.
Like there are these other things called humanity that they can turn you. You're typically
They're
in,
like English
zombie
classes in
form.
college, right?
Yeah, exactly. But you're typically in zombie form, and you can spend humanity at a bonfire to turn yourself human again. And I'm not sure exactly what the point of that is. I did it once, and my stats all stayed the same, and nobody, the few NPCs in the area didn't react any differently to me. So I'm not all that sure what the point is. But that's all I've got about Dark Souls. There's one other game I played this week called Dragon Fantasy
Okay.
for iOS by a company called the Muteki Corporation.
The Muteki?
The Muteki Corporation.
Okay. The Muteki
Very,
Corporation.
sounds like they've got Yakuza connections or something, huh?
But Muteki instead.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a rival gang for the Yakuza, but instead of like going into
Mizuteki?
gang violence, they just went into video games instead.
And all their tattoos are press-ons.
They're henna tattoos.
Yeah, Hannah tattoos, Egan.
Huh?
Hannah tattoos.
I said henna. What is it?
You said that. Hannah tattoos.
I said henna.
Hairnet tattoos?
Hair. John, you should
I
shave
like
your
the-
head and get a hairnut tattooed on your head.
A hairnut tattooed. Ah!
Okay, Dragon Fantasy.
Dragon Fantasy. So it's a very 8-bit looking iOS game. It's cheap. I think it was maybe $2 or $3.
Yep.
It's extremely simple. Fight, magic, item, run. As far as I can tell, there are no elemental bonuses or hindrances or anything like that in the combat.
Mm-hmm.
It's extremely simple. It reminds me of even a little bit more bare bones than the original Final Fantasy. But it works. It runs pretty well. It's got an interesting presentation. When the enemies attack you, it often says something very, very silly, like in the first area, you fight enemies called Mr. Rock Monster and Mrs. Rock Monster. And sometimes before Mr. Rock Monster attacks you, he says something like, Mr. Rock Monster expresses his unhappiness with his marriage, and then he hits you. Or Mrs. Rock Monster
Who
tries
doesn't?
to Sharpay. Yeah. It's funny and
transcended among elements.
I was hoping it was more cheesy, like you're fighting Mr. Freeze and he tells you to chill out.
Freeze, scum.
I fought something today called Mr. Lizard, and he struck me with the force of 10 lizards.
But
That wasn't a critical hit or anything.
How much does one lizard hit?
So wait. So you're telling me it's a retard lizard?
It might be.
He has retard lizard strength?
I think he does.
Okay.
And when he dies, it says somebody finally cut too many limbs off Mr. Lizard and he can't regenerate. Something along those lines. It's very cheesy.
That's super cheesy.
I'm a little concerned that it might go too far into the Tim Schafer zone, but for now it's all right. It's fun on the train.
Excellent.
This game actually, I spoke with the developer at PAX, and he had been working on it for 17 years.
17 years, Jesus. Kind of like...
And do you know what he started, programming it for?
Right.
Like what format or
don't.
what platform?
I didn't think to ask. He said that now he's 31, and he was 14 when he started it, so could have been a Commodore for all I know.
He wrote the lizard line when he was 14 and decided to leave it in. So would you say it's been a long project similar to Shotgun by Scott Colby, available on the Amazon bookstore?
Similar to, yes, Shotgun by Scott Colby, which is also very excellent, not as cheesy. It's got its moments. I do have a pound cake that walks around and cuts slices off of itself, but it took me 7 fewer years to put together. But, I mean, you can tell the amount of time that he's put into this. He gave a crap.
Yep, exactly.
So,
He never gave up.
yeah, it's kind of refreshing to see.
Is it similar
It's not like a cash grab or anything like that.
Is it
You're saying
similar to Final Fantasy that you could have, a party of, let's say, 4 people? Or are you just one character?
You can have a party of 4 people, yeah. I haven't reached that point yet, but I played that way at PAX, so yes.
So there must be some sort of party system and job balancing classes.
There don't seem to be a job system that at least is obvious at this point. I haven't gotten to the point where all of that stuff is exposed yet. It's still very much in the beginning. I've played maybe 3 hours of it. It's a little grindy. You do have to kind of, head towards the dungeon.
Grindy was good.
Mad grindy.
It's grindy, but not mad grindy. You have to head towards the dungeon and kill a bunch of rock monsters and level up and buy some better equipment. It's not going to just hand things to you.
Yeah.
And is it in a total fantasy setting? It's all forests and ice caves and...
Oh, yeah. Swamps and mountains you can't walk through because mountains.
You have to take the boat, and the boat only moves if the wind's going, and to go to the wind, or get the wind going, you have to go to the wind palace, and then you have to kill the dragon there so the wind could blow again. Those...
Damn wind dragons.
Kyle, did you just write a game?
No, I think that's like Final Fantasy 5.
Oh, okay.
Kyle McCann's game designer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like, I'm done playing. Somebody else make it for me. I'll just pay $60, and either I'll be happy or furious.
But yeah, that's Dragon Fantasy. If you've got a couple of bucks to blow, you know what? It's better than Ash, which is another iOS RPG in a very similar mold. I like it better than what's that big one Square did?
Not Infinity Blade, right?
Yeah, not Infinity Blade. Let me.
That's actually, in fact, the only iOS game I know. So anytime you're like, "What's that iOS game?" Oh, Infinity Blade. No, I'm talking about the ones with words. Infinity Blade.
Is it Eternal Legacy? Chaos Rings. That's it. A lot better than Chaos Rings.
Just blew my mind.
So you're not talking about Infinity Blade?
No, but I like it better than Infinity Blade too, because I hate swiping my finger to control shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see how that would get annoying.
Hater.
So Kyle,
I'm a total hater.
So Kyle, you've done a lot of baseball-related stuff this weekend.
Yeah.
This week.
Speaking of iOS,
What?
on my iPod Touch, I started playing Baseball Superstars 12.
So is this related to Baseball Stars at all, or is it a completely different game?
I couldn't tell you. I never played the original. Can you
Okay.
fill me in on original Baseball Stars? Was that Nintendo?
It
Yeah.
was by No, it's SNK.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this might definitely.
Okay, is it
Have
by
you-
SNK?
I don't know. I just know that it is very, very heavily influenced by Japanese RPGs, Japanese games in
Okay.
general. It's definitely has the manga and animation style for all the characters.
Mhm.
And it's one of those situations where I'm only playing right now as a batter. You could either play in a my batter mode, a my pitcher mode, or a my team mode. So you're either batting the whole time, pitching the whole time, or you're
Teaming the whole time.
yeah, pretty much. And so I'm playing as a batter right now, and my batter's character, you can improve your stats if you go to the hub world and go to various locations in the city. So if I want to improve my batting, my speed, I go to the
Cocaine
trading
dealer?
card. Huh?
The cocaine dealer?
You
No,
go
I
see
go-
Jose Canseco.
Yeah. No. You go to like the training park, so you spend X amount of experience points boosting your hitting stat.
Yep.
While you're there, there's some side story with a ghost who throws baseballs at you, and she's a schoolgirl. And there's no consequence to talking to her or not talking to her from what I've found so far.
Uh-oh. Watch out.
Or you could go to the mall to buy a better haircut so you can have a better image in the press to get you a better contract to get you to the majors quicker. But while you're at the mall, there's a girl with a bikini that's leopard print and she has cat ears on, and she gives you a hard time that she can't go to the supermarket because she doesn't have any money. But if you buy her dinner, maybe she'll talk to you later.
What the
I
fuck
do
is
that.
this game?
I'd be careful here, Kyle.
What?
Watch your step. That's all
She
I'm
sounds
saying.
like a gold digger.
I ain't messing with no broke.
I think I can download this for Android, so I think I'm
You
going
have an
to.
Ian, you have an iPod Touch. Just
Yeah,
do
it's a first gen and it's completely out of date. Like I haven't I have to pay to
I don't
upgrade
think
it.
there's anything that's like in date about what's going on here, because it's all like go to here and you boost your stats, then you go to the game, and I just set it to classic style, which is you hit the swing button when you want to swing, and you hit the steal button when you want to steal. That's it.
Well, I'm getting it right now for my Android phone.
I am downloading this shit right now. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like somebody took Persona 3 and threw it in a baseball game.
Yeah,
Sounds
there's
fantastic.
elements of playing baseball.
So you do
And then
actually
there's
play
all
baseball.
the bizarre RPG, like trying to like get laid elements of just being creepy Japanese games. And it's like, all right, I could go to the library and read about my statistics, and I run into a girl there, and she's like, "Hey, I really like math. Maybe you could tutor me sometime." Well, I don't know. I'm a baseball player. I have to make it to practice. And then when that scene's done, it's like, you acquired like 3 intelligence or something. It's like,
So,
I
is
just
there
want
a-
to swing the fucking bat. Just give me a home run derby. Forgive
there
me
a-
if I'm stupid and American and like baseball from the late 90s. Home runs!
You don't care about the girls in bikinis that are flooded baseball right now, or the
Not so much
ghost,
when I'm trying to play a baseball game.
the ghost in a
I have
schoolgirl
access
outfit.
to the rest of the internet at the same moment in time. I want to play a stupid baseball game.
Is there a dialogue tree for stuff like that? Like,
There is. I haven't really explored all the options. It's all. It's 1, 2, or 3.
uh,
So it's like, do you want to go to the gym today? 1 for yes, 2 for no, 3 for. Can you repeat that?
Gotcha.
So it's a very dumbed down version of Road to the Show with a lot of more or a
Japanese
lot more,
elements.
huh?
It's an RPG version of Road to the Show.
Yeah, I mean the only way Road to the Show could top this if there's some sort of weird fucking octopus with tentacle dicks that shows up, and then it's like, all right, that's more Japanese and weird than that other game. You win.
So is playing this crazy Japanese baseball simulator giving you any insight into Bobby Valentine's managerial style?
Yeah. Fuck this, I give up. After I'm done taking a crap, I'm done. That's it.
You also said you played the show 2012.
Yeah, well, this is where it segues in, kind of, because I've been playing the show 2012 just as a high-class, low-class comparison. And I started my own road to the show just to compare how stats go and all that stuff. The road to the show definitely has a lot more in-depth sort of things. You can definitely focus on improving batting against right-hand pitching. You can improve bunting against left-hand pitching. You can...
But no ghosts in bikinis. Or ghosts dressed as schoolgirls.
No, none of that. But,
Boring.
Yeah.
yeah, so, no, it's fun. I mean, I know Scott, I know Egan, you guys both like baseball stats. I know Egan and Scott, you guys are in a little more serious fantasy league this year, right?
Very serious.
So
Very serious.
so serious I haven't even logged into it. But I'm in like 2 other leagues that are very serious. So.
Alright, well, I'm so serious I'm in last place, and I've been playing with my rotation every hour, pretty much, to no consequence. Coach, I know you like baseball, too.
Second place.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you are in second place, John.
Ooh.
Look at you.
Yeah, that won't last, but yeah.
Hey, if people want to keep throwing dingers to Mike Napoli, I'll take it.
Yeah, he's in my work league, so I will take as many dingers as Mike Napoli will dish out.
I'll take any pitcher wants to throw at him. I got Bartolo Colon starting tomorrow. What's up?
Oh, you're gonna jump into first with his perfect game.
I got well. See, the thing is, all my starters pretty much start on the same day. So I'll have one day where I'll jump up like 40 points, and then for about 4 days it's nothing. But that's irrelevant. But you can definitely track stats like that in the
Road
in
to
the show 2012. In the Road to Show, they can show you breakdowns against every team. You can filter it down, I think, to pitcher or something.
Yep.
On each team, so that it's cool if you want to get into stat tracking and all that stuff like that. I've been just, huh?
Do they have like the newer, the past 20 year stats like WAR and
VoIP and VIP.
Yeah,
and
any of that sort of stuff?
Hoyt.
Woba.
Hoyt.
Shit.
Hoyt.
No, I think it's the standard hit. Single, double, triple, home run. Strikeout, walk.
Caught in a pickle.
Yeah, beamed on balls.
Right.
Infield fly rule, everybody's out. No, I think it's the real basics, but it's good to. You can definitely go through everyone you've played so far in the season, and try to break it down and say, hey, okay, I know I've played against this team. I went 0 for 4, and they were all flyouts. Maybe I'm going to be a little conservative and try to lay down a bunt a couple times or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you want to get wicked into it, I just want to sit on the couch and swing the bat. I swing at everything. So I had the option to name my player and all that stuff it's like create a wrestler or create a player. So I picked Ben So I pretty much got him to look just like Glenn Danzig, except for the hair. He's got like the big jowls with the pointy chin at the bottom, and yeah, he's doing all right. He's batting about 300. So.
What are you in? A, double A, triple A?
Oh, I'm in triple A for the Miami Marlins system. So he's on the Jacksonville Suns.
Oof.
Nice.
SUNS.
I figured it wasn't SONS.
Bask in the glow. Faggot.
If anything, they would be this is a terrible joke time, would be a farm team for the San Diego Padres.
Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it.
Anything else with
that,
Ben
like,
Glanzig?
What?
Anything else with Ben Glanzig?
No, he's a solid third baseman.
Playing the hot corner.
Built for contact, not so much for speed.
What's his power numbers?
I don't fucking know. He's got a.
Is he a natural third baseman, or was he moved over because he couldn't handle short?
Well, his secondary position is first baseman, so he's either corner. So if he has to play a couple American League games, maybe they can pop him over the first, and then bring somebody else in at DH. He's got one home run in probably 24 at bats, and he's batting about 300. So I think he's doing okay.
He's more of like a number 2
Sounds like-
hitter.
Maybe. We'll see.
Like a wall
We're
with a rotating-
5 games into the season. Maybe.
Makes good contact.
Yeah.
But he's not
0
gonna switch
errors
the
so
ball.
far, so
Okay.
I'm proud of that.
Maybe a Doug Minkiewicz.
Hey, who knows? Sky's the limit.
The sky is the limit.
Got a whole season. I could get called up to the bigs. And
Well,
just
he's playing behind Hanley Ramirez, though. So, I mean, I think you're going to...
I'm at AAA.
I know,
Aren't I
Hanley's...
down the bottom?
Huh?
Aren't I down? No, that's
No.
single A. That's down the bottom.
Oh, you're in single A.
No, I'm in AAA.
Okay. Then,
Yeah,
yeah,
you're good.
Hanley Ramirez is the one thing between you and the majors. So,
So he might get injured, or I might get traded.
I think you're getting traded at the deadline.
I'll let you know.
You're getting traded
going
at
to
the
Houston.
deadline.
Yeah.
Hey, the Royals are better than the Red Sox. I'll take that.
They are.
Everyone's better than the Red Sox. I'll take that.
Do they actually have the worst record in baseball?
I don't know, but can the Pirates be any better?
Yeah.
John?
Yes,
The
they
Pirates
could. They
could be
could
any
be
better.
undefeated.
Well, somebody look that up.
Okay, I'll look it up.
So while I was naming my character, I was also fooling around in the system, and you can go into every team and pretty much edit every player on every team in terms of stats, the number of their jersey, even their name.
Yep.
Just a side note, so the text on the screen says that my character's name is Ben Danzig, or Glanzig, Ben with 2 N's. But when the announcer announces him over the loudspeaker and the in-game announcer, it's Elvis Hack.
Elvis Hack?
He's a shitty Elvis. He's a fucking Elvis Hack.
Could you pick... That's the sideburns. Can you pick...
Oh,
just...
he has the huge sideburns. Don't you fucking worry.
Can you just pick, like, a random name? Is it like WWF when you create a name, you kind of...
Yeah,
The
there's
governor.
canned first names, canned last names, canned nicknames, so I just went through and picked Elvis Hack.
This is
So I was going through other teams, and I found out I could edit players on other teams, edit their names. So I mean, if we want to spend like maybe 2 minutes or less, we could play a little game, and we could say what did McGanus switch his player's name to.
Sure, let's run through it quick.
All right, let's go easy first. The fucking softball, Matt Caps.
Is it up for grabs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
John, you're first.
I would call him Matt Craps.
No, Matt Hats.
Matt what?
Hats.
Hats.
Oh, like a baseball cap. It's a hat. You put it on your head.
I like the way this game goes.
Jacoby Ellsbury. Anyone?
Jacoby Smellsbury.
Nope. Jacob Ellsberg.
Oh, you're an idiot.
Okay.
Bartolo Colon.
Scott, this one's yours.
Lardass.
Bartolo Perfume.
Ooh. Bart Rectum.
Damn near killed him.
Oh.
Hi-yo!
Alright, how many more do you have?
Kevin Euclid.
John. This is you.
Kevin Pukalis.
Nope. Kev Uke.
What? That one's not even not a joke.
I know.
Alright, last one. Ben Zobrist.
Scott, this one's yours.
Ben's Overest.
Nope. Doesn't pay child support. Allegedly.
Ah.
I was surprised I got that many characters in on Name Your Own Player, but it fit.
You put
Oh,
a
wait,
lot of
you
work
actually
into
made
this.
these?
I had a lot of time.
I thought these were just ones you'd made up. I didn't know you'd actually input them in as characters in the game.
Do you want to come over and check out my roster?
I want proof.
Pictures to
Photographic
prove it.
evidence.
It's not happening right now because we're in the middle of a podcast.
We are in the middle of a podcast.
It could make
So
a fun
Kojal.
slideshow for the site.
Coach, you mentioned you have some ad placement stuff to discuss.
Ad placement stuff.
It's
that
coming, Scott, by the way.
Nice.
So I haven't played a ton of games over the week because I've been trying to catch up on all the work that I didn't get to when I was drunk for the past week or two. One of the things that I did to try to find something to talk about during the podcast was flip through like this month's Game Informer, which I just got. And as I was flipping through it, I came across one of the best spreads in any magazine that I've ever come across.
A centerfold, if you will.
Basically, yeah. So there aren't very many things in a like. I was pretty excited to read about the South Park game when it was written up a month or two ago.
Didn't it get canceled?
Oh, don't tell me that.
I think the South Park MMO got canceled.
No, I don't think it was the MMO.
Oh, okay.
It's a real it's an RPG like a very long RPG type of thing.
Okay.
Anyways, so I flip open to a random page and I see SimCity facing the Civ 5 Gods and Kings expansion pack. And I don't think there are two games that could get me more excited than a new SimCity game.
Which you're gonna have to pay $80 to get the full game.
Why?
They're releasing.
Perry in it?
They're releasing two copies or two games, I guess. One is
What?
they're releasing two
No,
copies.
I heard
of the
you. I
game.
just don't understand what you're saying.
I'm gonna explain myself, John. They're releasing a limited edition game for the standard $60 price, but it doesn't have like all the tile sets and all the styles of the game. And then they're releasing a full edition of the game for $80 that has everything.
Well, I mean,
Shouldn't
if
they change the name from limited edition to regular and the other one to limited because
No,
it's going to be limited because no one's going to buy it?
they're actually naming it limited because the content is actually limited. They're finally using the limited edition to refer to the game as opposed to how many copies there are.
So it's like light.
Yes, it's SimCity Lite. So sorry to burst your bubble, John, but carry on.
Coach, what's on the cover of that magazine?
It's, I don't know, some sort of soldier, maybe a Halo
In
soldier.
a gas mask?
I think he's got a helmet. It looks like a Halo helmet. It's probably
Yeah, it's sitting on my coffee table.
it's Halo 4. It's the Halo 4 guy.
The Master
Okay.
Chef.
Page 68.
Steve Shalo.
Yeah. Steve Halo H. Either way, even if it is that much, I mean, I probably paid including all the DLC for Civ 5, I've probably already paid 70 or $80 for it just to pick up the random stuff in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
So if the new SimCity is as good as like the older SimCities, or much better and has as much replay value, i.e., I want to play it every night until Godzilla destroys my city, then I'm open to paying that much for it.
Fair enough.
John, did you know, according to SimCity, that in 2010 Boston was supposed to be destroyed by a nuclear meltdown?
I didn't know that.
It's true, according to the Super Nintendo version, at least.
And it's the typical articles where they just basically
Tell you to buy it.
Yeah, they tell you to buy it and they reword the press releases and all that sort of stuff.
And then 6 months after it comes out, they trash it.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
After everyone buys it, and then they want you to trade it in and go buy the next thing they're fucking ball washing.
Right. The Civ 5 stuff did get me into watching the video that I didn't get in to see at PAX.
Yeah,
which
I
is
watched
on
it.
YouTube.
I watched it the next day, and it gave me an erection.
Yeah. One of the most.
Are you leaving your wife for Civ 5?
I may end up leaving my wife for Civ 5. Actually, if I'm leaving her for anything, it's going to be Diablo 3. But
so you have another.
Are you going to cheat on Diablo 3 with Civ 5? Or are you going to go in
Civ
fucking Dr. Phil?
Civ 5 will be my
mistress. Four-way love affair.
Civ 5
will
be my mistress.
Computer games. Civ 5 wins.
That's actually a really good idea for a skit or something. that's a great.
No, that's a really good idea for life. Let's try to get on Dr. Phil. I cheated on my wife for Diablo 3. And I cheated on Diablo 3 for Civ 5.
Let's bring out Diablo 3 and see what he has to say.
Someone just carries the box out and puts it in the chair.
And your wife punches it in the box.
SimCity, you are not the father.
And then you end up going home with Homefront because, hey, it's a hometown discount.
Yeah.
Whatever, it's a ride home.
When they all leave me, that's the only thing that's going to stay with me.
Yeah, because no one else wants it.
Yeah, they'll all find out about each other on that episode of Dr. Phil.
I'll accept you. I have no one else. I'm Homefront.
So what else were you going to say about Civ and SimCity, John?
On me.
So the Civ 5 stuff seemed pretty exciting. It's all the typical Civ stuff, so it's basically just going to be more better Civ 5, which is fine with me.
It's basically it's going to be Civ 4 plus Civ 5.
Right.
Really, and like the religion stuff blows away. At least from what I've seen, granted I haven't played it, blows away. It looks like it blows away the religion from Civ 4, and the espionage looks fucking cool.
Yeah. So that got me playing the Civ 4 Beyond the Sword a couple times this week, I think. Mm-hmm. Which has all that stuff in it. And playing through that, definitely made me wish that I was playing the new one with those elements in it.
Absolutely.
Because the gameplay in the old one, well, it's fun and it works and everything. I really do like most of the improvements that they made with the tiles and all that.
I agree.
Sort of stuff.
But at first I was excited the religion was gone because I didn't like it that much in 4. But with it missing, the game feels a little empty.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. I don't know if it feels empty, but it could if done well, it could.
It feels like it's missing something nonetheless.
Okay, yeah. From the video and everything, it seems like they've put a lot more thought into it than they did in 4.
Yep.
Even with the expansions. So it should make it better.
Awesome. You also we're going to talk about Fez, huh?
Yeah, I thought one of us should talk about it. As Scott referred to it in the pre-game, it's the new It indie game. It's been in the works for like 5 years or something.
It's no Dragon Fantasy.
Yeah, exactly. Which I don't totally in typical like not programmer gamer fashion. I'm going to say I don't really understand why it takes that long to make a game like this.
If you're working alone, it will take like forever. I don't know how much big the team is, but
right, that is true. So basically, what the game is It's like 2.5D platformer with a lot of interesting ways to interact with the depth of the game.
Yep.
So like throughout it, you can hit like the L or R triggers, and that'll like move you in or out of the depth of the level, or rearrange the level slightly so that you're looking at it from a different perspective, if that makes sense. So it might look like you can like you could walk straight across from left to right on the screen, and then if you rearrange it, then those blocks that seemed to be a horizontal line are actually like a diagonal line that you'd have to navigate sideways.
Okay.
If that makes any sense at all.
So it's kind of you're dynamically changing the level.
You're dynamically changing the level, but it's its visual style is very pixelated, similar. It looks like a pixelated Little Big Planet or something.
Okay.
So kind of like a similar art style to 3D Game Heroes, which worries me because it was talked up so much and it sucked so badly. So I've read a ton of stuff about this, and I wanted to play it, so I was like, oh, I'll throw $5 or $10 or whatever at it on the PSN. But apparently it's only an Xbox Live game currently.
That is correct.
And will be for the foreseeable future, for like another 6 months or a year at least. So you might want to play it based on what other people that aren't me say at this point.
Yeah, but I usually don't listen to other people.
Well, I meant like the audience when I said you.
Oh, I thought you meant me.
I meant plural, second person plural.
Oh, okay.
I also played a game that I saw at PAX, but didn't really have a chance to play when we were there, which was Tribe's Ascendancy.
It's just Ascend.
There goes the smooth segue.
So John and I have actually played it together last night.
Yeah.
So we can talk about thoughts, etc., etc.
Indulge me.
So John, I just start off. What are your thoughts on the game?
I think I might like it. It seems like I don't know if I'd really want to play it by myself that much.
I can see that.
But if I were playing with you guys or like 4 or 5 people that I knew, at least one other person that I knew, then I think I'd be into it a little bit.
Yep. I was playing like right before the podcast myself, and I enjoy playing alone. But
my take on it, I'm not a big FPS person anyways. The levels suck. There's like too much open space, which is part of the point of like the mechanics of it anyways, but but I mean, I don't know, I think it's better when you're like when you can sneak in and out of stuff and hide behind buildings and all that sort of stuff.
That's not the point of the game, though.
I know.
It's the fastest game ever.
Exactly.
Does it have blast processing?
Say that again?
Does it have blast processing?
I don't know.
Are you running on the FX64 chip?
I have Intel inside.
Good for you, John.
With all that said, and that it's the fastest game and all that, it kind of does lend itself to the way that I play a lot of games, which is just spastically like a 8-year-old. So the fact that you can just slide down a hill and then jump into the air and then just shoot at someone and fall out of the air kind of does lend itself for me to be able to kill more people than I should be able to given my skill set.
So are you just whipping around like your optical mouse by the cord, like in the air over your head, and just hitting the control button? Like,
well, I have a laser mouse, so I just I can actually just move my hand in the air and shake it like a drink shaker, and it basically. You're a big fan though?
I am. Like I've been playing it like pretty much nonstop since PAX, and I find there's a bit of a learning curve because it's not like any other FPS I've ever played. It's like nonstop, faster-paced action, and the whole thing about skiing and jumping is completely foreign to me. Like I've never played it in any other FPS game, so it's It's definitely a different experience, but once you get the hang of it, it kind of plays a lot like the TF2 Soldier, where essentially what you're trying to do is you're trying to lead people with your shots, so that you bounce them up in the air, and then you get them when they land, and so it's all timing. It's like a ton of timing.
Uh-huh.
Like, that's basically how I get all of my kills, is I'll kind of come up behind someone, wait for them to land, and have a disc hit the ground right where they land, they bounce up again, and then keep doing that until they're dead. So, but if you run out of speed and you're like standing in the middle of the area, you're fucking dead.
One thing that I did find was that occasionally I would just stop and look around, and that would help me because everyone plays the game totally spastically.
Yep, everyone's
So-
like non-stop, and
Right. So if you're not in the middle of a scrum with like 6 people chasing you or something,
yes,
and you have the time to like turn around and like sight someone, that you can, you have the ability to kill a couple people.
yeah, absolutely. I
Pick
also
'em off.
purchased. It's a microtransaction-based game, so it's free to play. You gain experience, and you use that experience to unlock weapon upgrades, other classes, and all of that stuff. Or you can buy gold in the game and use that to unlock things quicker. And I ended up getting
You
some.
could grind and spend time.
Yeah, exactly.
in the game.
Or you can
I've
get it a
been,
little
I've
bit.
been
Yes.
grinding.
Or you could just drop your paycheck and be the best guy ever. for
No,
the-
no,
say-
it doesn't help you get any better. It just unlocks more things for you.
That's not entirely true. You can upgrade your armor
You
and your
can.
weapons
I
and
mean,
stuff.
you'll get better to a point. Like, at the end of the day, when you're getting to the point where you're max level, having a load of armor is going to help you. But if you're shitty at the game, it's
Yeah.
not going to make you not shitty. You're just going to live a little bit longer and still be shitty.
Yeah.
Shitty
So,
shit.
I ended up grabbing like 300 gold, which is actually 3,000 gold, which is $30, and then I have like bonus XP and everything for a while. And the reason I did that is because I know fundamentally I'm normally against stuff like that, and John and I kind of touched on it a little before the show, and we're going to discuss it more here. But the way I look at it is, look, I really enjoy this game. I would buy this game if it was, if basically I could buy the game and have everything unlocked for $50, I probably would. But it's a free-to-play game. I figured, why not drop $30, support the developers, and then end up, getting some perks in the game out of it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if I liked it more, then I'd probably consider
Yep, that makes
dropping
sense.
some money into it. And especially because it does allow you to grind if you want to. So
It absolutely does.
it leaves that open. So like I was able to upgrade my armor a couple levels just through the whatever hours or something I played with you guys last night.
Yeah.
So with something like Civ or something like that I play that I can play for like 3 days straight, I'd be more inclined to drop some cash into it. But
Yep.
although at the same time I do see Kyle's point, and it's the same problem I always have with Magic the Gathering, which is that at a base level you can roll in with you could roll in with 20 grand and drop it and immediately have
The best deck in the world.
You could be the Yankees.
you could be the Yankees
Just
right
buy
there.
the best players
Yep.
ever.
Moneyball the video game. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I fear it. It seems like it's done moderately well and try. It's not as bad as the Star Trek game was, where
Yeah.
to buy to change a character's name, you have to pay like $3 or something.
I shall still stand by the fact that League of Legends does it the best. Only because you can roll in with as much money as you want in the world, it will make you no better at the game.
Uh-huh.
In fact, it will not make one difference on how well you are at the game. But they make money hand over fist with that. Essentially what they do is, I wrote a whole blog post about it. You can check it out at www.dpaddbags.com, but I'll give you the quick recap. Essentially, you can buy champions, but there's always 12 free champions every week. And you earn experience just like tribes, and you can buy them with experience.
Right.
Then you have skins which can only be purchased with real world money, but they have no effect in the game. You just kind of look cooler. And then you have runes, which are kind of little tiny upgrades for your character, which you can only buy with in-game experience. You actually can't spend a dime on them. So it's pretty cool. They make a ton of money on skins and everything like that, but if you throw, $50,000 into the game, you will be just as bad as before you spent any money.
You're just gonna look cooler.
Exactly. You look cooler, but that's about it.
Well, you're ugly, so that makes
It makes up for it.
that you don't spend a dime on trying to look cooler.
So,
It kind of worked to your advantage.
both League of Legends and Tribes Ascent were at PAX the weekend we went. And you know what else was at PAX the weekend we went?
What?
People looking for a hookup.
People looking for love?
Last week we did our missed connections, which we ran through pretty quick. Wasn't anything amazing. This week we have the casual encounters.
Ooh!
Don't say
Thought I
that
smelled
again.
something.
That
What?
was so creepy.
Egan, say it again, much sexier.
What, the casual encounters?
Oh,
Did you just come, John?
What's more with feeling, Egan? More guttural, more from deep.
John already orgasmed with me saying
no,
it, so I don't
quite
need
the
to say it
opposite.
again.
No, I'm trying to get John to...
I'll get him when he least expects it.
So, just a heads up, this weekend is also Boston Comic-Con, so we should keep our eyes to Craigslist.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Unless you guys want to go.
Eh.
No.
I
No.
don't have money to spend, but...
Yeah, I really don't care.
You don't want to buy, like, Silver Surfer #3 with the foil cover?
Already have it.
Is
What
it
about
behind
a
convention
copy of Fletch
I,
and my Universal Remote?
Alright, so let's get into the first casual encounter. Okay.
Say
Convention
more casually.
convention meetup. M for W. 21. I also feel like every one of these is going to start with an M. But
Whether it ends with a W or not, hey.
no, they're going to start with M's. They may not end with W's.
Yeah, exactly.
5'6", 165. Asian American guy headed to AB and PAX today. Just looking around to meet up with someone and see where it goes. Obviously, if you're at the convention and we share interests. If you want to share your fandoms, just get down to business, or use me as a place to sleep outside the crammed hotel room, hit me up.
Yeah.
I don't understand the last two sentences.
If you
If you want to share your fandoms, are those like weird, like sort of obscure game things you share that I don't even understand, that it just uses Wi-Fi and you just like tap a game console
No, they're kind of
together?
like condoms, actually.
I thought they were like Hello Kitty handcuffs.
Fandoms?
Fandoms. Guess not. I'm not really down with the lifestyle, yo.
Sorry.
You're out of touch, Scott.
All right.
I am. I'll have to go buy a sex swing or something.
PAX, looking for some fun after. M for M, 29, PAX, my hotel room or yours. Hey, 5'8", 160 pounds. Hoping to meet a fellow gamer for some fun while here. Could meet at PAX and then plan for later at either hotel. Vers BTMM here. Into most things. I actually have no idea what that means.
That means he likes League of Legends and Dragon Fantasy.
Oh, okay. Up for hanging out, cuddling, etc. too if you wanted. Or just NSA. Prefer HWP or near my age or younger. Hit me up. There's a whole lot of like acronyms that I don't understand in that one. He is obviously an experienced and casual encounter.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
From
It's so wrong.
You're doing it, Egan. Don't stop.
all right, we got a couple more. This one, come snuggle with us. PAX,
Snuggle party.
MM4W, 29, Boston. Looking for a girl to come hang with me. I am 29 and lonely. My hotel roommate is asleep, and I think it would be cool to sneak someone in and have fun. If you're interested, shoot me an email. Wait, I thought it was MM for W. Not.
Well, his friend's sleeping, so there's another dude in the room.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Sounds like false advertising.
I want to fuck 2 guys tonight. Oh, this one's only 1.
It's gonna be asleep. Aw.
Hey, no shame in that game. Open up, Skippy.
Alright. PAX East, Cuddle Bunny, and more. M for W, 22. Hey, just a guy looking to have some fun with any girls, couples, and maybe even guys out there at either con this weekend. This guy really just wants anything he can get. If you want to meet up, drop me a line and we can set it up. Prepare for more fun, or just there to keep company. Safe, sane, and pretty alright describes me. Cosplay a plus. Very discreet and clean.
Do you think this guy just wants to play like checkers and just have a blowout even and be like, yeah,
I think he wants
4
to cuddle.
wins in a row.
He wants to
All
cuddle
right.
and play checkers.
King me.
Cosplay seems like such a broad category too. Like it could be like Nazi
Wearing
cosplay.
a hat or like
Yeah.
intricate gore costume.
Like people who
Where you,
actually
like break in and like have like a big fake dick that's a fish.
right, exactly.
It's just like water everywhere.
People who do it seem to be very particular about how and what they cosplay as. And,
Yes.
I'm Odorous Urungus.
Alright, we're going to move on to the next one.
Just a side note, I
Yeah.
also think the legitimacy of your cosplay commitment is proportionate to the height of the footwear you're wearing.
Yeah.
So if you wear like a foot tall like stilt sort of thing, you're more legit than like some like fat kid wearing like a Pikachu outfit.
What if you're dressed as a midget with stilts? Does that make you more of a legitimate midget?
Yeah.
When I see that, I'll have that conversation.
Okay,
I got to nitpick some details.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Exactly.
Alright. Any...
You find me a midget on stilts, and then we'll chat.
Well, no, someone dressed as a midget on
Yeah.
stilts.
I like it. I like the idea.
Alright. Any anime Boston or PAX geeks out there about looking for fun? M for W, 28 Davis. Meow, I'm a kitty.
Ugh.
Meow meow, 28-year-old. Meow meow, kinky purr. 6'2", 240. Hirsute. Meow.
Dumping in a sandbox.
Meow, smiley face.
I learned a new word when I read that one. I had no idea what hirsute meant, and then I had to look it up, and then I wished I didn't know.
I still have no idea what it means, and because of what
What
Scott
is it?
says,
What
I am
is it?
not going to look it up.
Just ruin everyone's night, Scott. I'm committed to this.
The exact definition that I read the other day was something along the lines of having a shit ton of hair in places people normally don't have a shit ton of hair.
Spell it.
Hirsute.
Hirsute.
Yep.
Hirsute.
I'm surprised I actually pronounced that right on the first go.
Good work.
Yeah.
Are you sure you did?
No, I probably didn't.
Well, if you look on Wikipedia, you see the fucking bearded lady first fucking thing. That should have been your first.
I
clue.
didn't look it up. All right.
Scott, did you do like Google image search? That's the one way to like ruin everything.
Oh, man. Let's see what we get.
Can you do Google Images? I'm feeling lucky.
Oh,
I don't know,
Christ.
but I hope your safe search is on, sir.
It wasn't.
Meow meow. He's a kitty.
It's a dude too. Keep that in mind.
Yes, it is a dude, and he's looking for a W.
I'm looking for the cue balls.
Yeah.
Picture to just show Scott the total opposite.
All right. While you're looking,
And ruin his side of both ways, but you can't add them together and get an even one good thing. I found it. It's coming.
all right. I'm gonna carry on then.
All right.
Still looking at PAX. MM for W, 29.
Meow meow.
This is I think this is a continuation from our other MM for W, the one where the roommate is sleeping.
I'm still awake.
We are two guys sharing a hotel room looking for girls to have some fun with later tonight. We are looking for someone who is very comfortable with themselves and loves to get freaky. Please be sane, drug-free, no STDs, and ready to stay awake all night.
Yowza.
Woo!
Looking for fun. I mean,
Looking for
if
fun.
you guys want to play some Go Fish and listen to some cool music like Kids Bop 17, that could be fun.
PAX East, M for W 28. Anyone going to PAX East who may want to take a break for some fun? And the fun is in single quotes, by the way. Or maybe know about those infamous
Finish it, Egan. Finish it.
Finish it.
Maybe rarely do I actually break out laughing in the middle of a sentence reading it, but or maybe know about one of those infamous cosplay orgies.
We need to get you to crack that fucking society. We
Yeah.
need somebody to get in there and report from the inside.
You
we
know
need to insert you and embed you.
You know who we need as our inside man?
You.
Bruns.
No.
No, you.
Alright.
You've got the voice for it.
What's
guys
that supposed
work
to mean,
together.
John?
The casual.
The casual encounters.
You guys should work together. Egan, you can be the smooth talker, and Kojal, you can be the mysterious silent type.
John is the hirsute one.
Yeah.
Egan, you can be the guy that's dressed as the lion that goes, spaghetti.
Pasta.
Pepperoni pizza.
How do you even Google that?
Alright.
Alright, we'll do that later.
Alright, we got one left. We're gonna round
Alright.
out the show with just one left. Hotel Play
Spaghetti.
MW for W 30 near Logan. We're a couple in Boston for the weekend for PAX and would love to find an open-minded bisexual woman to play around with. We're looking to host in our hotel room, spend the night licking, kissing, sucking, fucking, and writhing around in this king-sized bed. We're both 30. He's tall, straight, dominant, thick, and definitely able to please. She's average, BBW, bisexual, sub to men, dom to women. Ideally, we'd like you to be a curvy, bi, clean, non-smoker for all-around three-way playing. If you're interested, drop us a line. Your pick gets ours. Let us know what you're into.
So would say like having fun around the king size bed. What are they gonna do? Get a fucking go-kart on there and do donuts?
As creepy as that one was, and it was probably the creepiest one I've read, it was kind of
Please say you're interested in it.
No, it was the funnest one to read because it was just a whole series of like comma separated words that I could just run through quickly.
So they had good punctuation.
That they
It's just the content was a bit skew.
the flow of this posting was excellent.
Why don't you respond and say, "Hey, your composition was
I really appreciate
out of this world.
I really
If
appreciate
you
your
want to come
artistic
together and sit
integrity.
down at a desk and get crazy with me on the old WASD keyboard here, the QWERTY or whatever. Like, let's get down. Cap locks optional.
Shift key only.
Tab.
Just don't hit it
level.
5 times, then it might get a little dangerous.
It might get a little sticky.
What? For all of you swingers that play with the Mac, don't worry. My second Windows key is actually a menu key. I swing both ways.
For those that like to be dominated, I have a command key.
All right, that is this week's episode of the DFD Mags. You can find me on Twitter at Fegan. You can find Kyle on Twitter at McAnus50. You can find Scott on Twitter
I don't know if you want to.
at Yacht Captain Colby. You can find John on Twitter at the Assman.
I roll Dumblock Street, baby.
And
Yeah, so that's still going, huh?
John, what did we learn this week?
Every time an angel cries, someone finds a casual encounter. It's going to go for like 5 more minutes.
Just roll it. Just
so,
go counter.
Yeah, this.
Oh
John,
God, it's
John,
so
this
creepy.
this one's
Do it.
challenging
Do it,
for
John.
you.
Do it.
Casual.
Next time you're looking for a casual encounter, I think the best place to look